Lato. Mina. Rodrigo. Pereira.
Oh, good block. Aaron Martin. Super little left back. Defends well. Gets forward.
Montoya to Paulista. Centre half has joined the attack. And there's a gap here for Espanyol to exploit. Garcia. Oh, tips it in there.
Oh,
brilliant recovery from Lato. That was top-class defending.
Really was. Excellent play. Lato read the situation, Rob. And you can see he's got his head up there, Sergio Garcia. You can see Pablo Piatti making a run straight through the penalty spot here. And as the ball's flipped in, well, Lato does brilliant. That would have been a goal, I think.
It was a mature moment from a 19-year-old. He took charge of the situation there, because he had two to take care of. Little back flick. Can I get the goal? No, again, agonising. It just hangs in front of goal. They're living life dangerously, Valencia.
They've been let off too many times, though. They should have conceded a goal. Really have to have conceded.
Piatti. Garcia. Bit of a stretch for Piatti. Too much of a stretch for the little Argentinian.
Well, one pass too many for me. Yeah, and Sergio Garcia saying that. This is a ball in, and really, I can't believe they haven't got someone who's going to put the ball in the back of the net. You've got to anticipate well.
Just stuck at the feet of Javi Fuego.
He's not a goal scorer though, Javi Fuego is. He's an anchor man in midfield. Now there's a problem here. It looks like Gabriel Paulista, yeah.
He's just taken a blow to the lower stomach. Always takes a while to get your breath back when that happens. Marcelino having a word with one of his on-field lieutenants, Martin Montoya. They certainly can't rely on their away defence, having conceded in every game so far on their travels. Kondogbia. Rodrigo, brilliant. Little snapped pass out wide to Gaia. Gaia looking for Rodrigo.
Poor ball again though, coming in, Rob, from that left side. They've had loads of opportunities to put a decent ball in, and that was a poor pass.
The adjustment from Murillo. Dana. Piatti. Easy for Parejo. Parejo to Pereira. Mina on this near side. Rodrigo is the player that he opted for.
Do you think they're going for the hard pass all the time, Robin? There's easier passes on.
Well, maybe their approach was summed up then by the fact that both Pereira and Mina ran into each other after the ball had gone. Wow. Official attendance today, a very tiny 25,500 inside the Corner El Prat. A pleasant Sunday afternoon on the outskirts of the city of Barcelona. Sure, it's not if, it's a question of when he makes the change, Marcelino. Think about Barcelona last night. They've got 3 away games this week, including Juventus. Valverde selected his strongest starting 11 at Leganes, and it paid off with a 3-0 win.
Well, the other plus was Suarez scored a couple of goals, which is good for him.
And this is Gerard Moreno. Moreno cuts inside. Montoya has the ball taken off him by legal means. Mina. Rodrigo. So too much of the ball there. Made it easy for Victor Sanchez. Piatti. Moreno. dances, flips it in. Played by Montoya. Now Dada for Espanyol. Fuego. Sanchez. Crisp pass to Garcia. Ooh. Goes through Murillo. Murillo just about wins the ball off Garcia. The referee spotted something back in the penalty area.
Yeah, it was a late challenge. As Murillo cleared the ball, it was a late challenge came in on him. And we're going to see the first substitution now, though.
Final adjustments for Gonzalo Guedes, Portugal international.
Oh, that's not good. Sergio Garcia went straight down the back of his Achilles. Deliberate as well.
And the 20-year-old is going to come on. He's had a good week for Portugal. He made an impression in the games against Saudi Arabia. They beat them 3-0 and they're involved in a 1-1 draw with the United States, taking his cap count up to 4. Well, he's played this season. I'm sure he's not playing any holidays next summer. He's going to be heading to Russia with the Portugal national team.
Absolutely, he's outstanding, Rob. He's one of the best young talents around. I'm sure he'll be in the Paris Saint-Germain side next season.
Not surprising. There is talk of them maybe not being able to hang on to him because of financial reasons. That's a good ball through. And once more, it's Lato to the rescue, but he's put his keeper under pressure. And it's Neto who makes a well-timed tackle. How many chances do they need, Espanyol?
Oh, poor defensively, though. They've made so many mistakes, Rob, at the back, Valencia. This game should have been over. Espanyol should be 2 or 3 goals clear. That always worries me when you've had that many chances and the opposition hasn't really done too much. Because you know at some stage, if they bring on the talent they've got on the bench, they're going to create 1 or 2 chances.
Well, Espanyol scored 9 goals this season, which is the total of the substitute Zaza. There's the ball in, and Pau Lopez goes to ground.
Yep, you're right,
taking off the toe of Mina.
30 league goals so far this season Valencia have scored, and they haven't looked like scoring a league goal here. That's a great ball, and that's an awful back pass from the young left back. You know, we talk about Lato, and Tony Lato's got to get that touch right, and the goalkeepers had to bail him out. Well done by Neto. Well, here we go.
Change be made. Lato is the player who's taken on. I don't think it's a reflection on his performance. It will mean that Gaia will go to his recognised left full-back position. Lato's been outstanding, actually. He's the baby of the team. It's a readjustment. Guedes will go flying down that left-hand side. Gaia will drop back in position. 16 minutes gone. There is a greater possibility of a Valencia goal now that they've got the outstanding young Portugal international.
Well, he creates chances and he scores goals as well, Rob, which is a big, big plus.
He made his debut for Portugal a couple of years ago. He's the first 18-year-old to make his debut since Cristiano Ronaldo. There's Guedes.
Nuno Gomez told me all about him as a 17-year-old, and he didn't lie. This boy is a very, very good talent.
Martin. This is Montoya. Condopia. Guedes. Links with Machado. Sloppiness which will be punished if they continue like that from Lopez. Coming on the field, they just have to sharpen up their tackles. Espanyol. Parejo gives it away. That's a lazy pass from the Valencia skipper.
It was telegraph, Rob, wasn't it? Can Moreno keep it in?
Moreno is there. He doesn't have a real support, so he forced the save, which was always going to be on stats against him. Neto stood his ground.
We've got a problem.
Down, but Espanyol continue despite Valencia having a defender down in the penalty area. It comes to Gerard Moreno. We can't make a connection. Gerard's down. Paulista's down. It's like a circus out there.
Yeah. There's an argument ensuing between Gerard Moreno and Neto. He's saying you shouldn't be playing on, but we've got a player injured. But that's down to the referee. That's not down to Gerard Moreno.
It's Murillo who is down. The two managers have a cordial disagreement on the touchline.
You can see here he's already on the floor. I think that's from the previous ball. You know, when Gerard Moreno had the shot at the near post.
Well, that's why Gerard was unhappy. He had his elbow trodden upon accidentally.
I wonder, did he twist anything, Murillo, as he was trying to prevent Gerard Moreno get that shot? Right on the byline it was a really tight angle, but he forced a save from the goalkeeper. Neto had to make a good save.
Well, they do have Eskiel Garay as a potential replacement. He has been a regular this season. He's been the first choice centre-half.
This is the ball, and this is where I think the damage was done. Yeah, he's overstretched there, Rob.
Yeah, it's a self-inflicted injury, isn't it?
He's overstretched.
Well, Garay is stripped and ready for action, which suggests that it's pretty serious. Meanwhile, the fourth official has drawn the referee to the touchline. Marcelino is told to go calm himself down.
Yeah. The problem you've got here with Murillo, Rob, obviously he's not feeling an injury, but players in the past have tried to stop a game and players have not been injured. And it's the honesty of the players is the problem. If the players were all honest, you wouldn't have a situation like this.
After he's laid down like that for a couple of minutes, he's always going to want some medical attention.
Meanwhile, he's been sent to the dugout.
Yeah, they sent him to the director's box. Yeah. He has been dismissed by the referee. And they want to make the change. They've got to be quicker than that.
Well, yeah, they're saying yes. But it's been a bit like their performance today. It's been
there's miscommunication between the medical team behind the goal and what's left of the management team on the touchline. They've got to bring Garay on. He's ready. He's got his shin guards there. Studs are sharpened.
Now they need to bring the centre half on now. But Rob, it has been miscommunication for most of the game from Valencia. They've been second best, and he's been sent to the stands. Marcelino obviously he said something to the fourth official. And there is Garay, Ezequiel Garay, Argentinian international.
Garay was part of the World Cup team, was it 3 years ago now? But he's currently out of favour with the national team. Hasn't played for Argentina since September 2015. Well, that's two of the changes made by Valencia. Marcelino, I'm sure he'll still be calling the shots from up above.
Well, Zaza's the key one for me, Rob. He's their top goal scorer, but if they bring him on, he gets a booking. He doesn't play against Barcelona next week, and that's the problem they've got.
It's all part of a gamble, isn't it? Yeah. They're thinking about next week when they're thinking about points they may gain, which may be a point against Barcelona. They've probably got a better chance of the 3 points here against Espanyol. They've taken some other big names out of the firing line. Guedes has come on. Garay has been restored. Zaza is the weapon that they do have left. Easy defending from Victor Sanchez. One back by Gaia. Gaia throws it in there. Pereira waits for any mistakes. Doesn't happen from Martin. Kondogbia!
What a goal.
Tremendous goal! That has lifted the tension around this Valencia team.
Oh, it's snatch and grab, Rob, isn't it? They haven't had a shot on target for I don't know how long. And they have been in the game, and they should be 2 or 3-0 down. But this is what happens if you don't take your chances. Kondogbia has come up with an absolute screamer. That's his 3rd goal of the season, Jeffrey Kondogbia. And it is a class finish. Left foot. He bends it outside Paul Lopez. It's a sensational strike. You'll see it again. Edge of the box, first touch. Wow, that's some finish. I'll have to give him credit. That is a sensational finish, Rob.
Well, he was a man on a mission. He has been outstanding this season, Jeffrey Kondogbia. Largely winning the ball in midfield, but that could be the goal that wins the game. Class.
He is the defensive midfielder who keeps it tight at the back, and he's big and strong, and you expect him to do well in the air, but he has got talent. And to be fair to Espanyol, they've kept him quiet for the last 66 minutes. But you should take your chances when you get them, and I don't need to tell Kiki Sanchez-Flores that. They've got a problem scoring goals, and their confidence is low, and now Valencia's taking the lead. It looks like snatch and grab.
I don't know the internal exits and entrances of this ground well enough to quite work out where Marcelino would be when that ball hit the net. He was probably still making his way up from the touchline to the director's box.
Well, I'm sure he'll have seen it somewhere wrong. Well, Andres Pereira, a little bit heavy-handed on Sergio Darda there. Very strong challenge. What a kick in the teeth for Espanyol, though.
Well, they've won only 1 of their last 4 games. Espanyol.
You got to score goals, Rob, to win matches, and that is their problem. They know it.
Moment of class from Kondogbia. Espanyol have had, well, a handful, 2 handfuls of chances.
They have enough to win 2 or 3 games here.
Espanyol bewildered on here by the supporters of Barcelona and Real Madrid as well, of course, because they're Valencia are the team in the sandwich between Real and Barcelona at the top of the table.
Yeah.
As it stands, they'll go to 30 points, 4 behind Barca, 6 ahead of Real Madrid.
Well, it's good to see Valencia obviously back in. I think Gaia is a much better player at left back than he is on the left side of midfield, Rob. And he puts that initial cross in before Kondogbia does that sensational finish from, what, good 25 yards. There's no goalkeeper's going to save that.
It was a fraction late Piatti closing him down. If you're looking for blame, it's always easy to look at the negative side of things, but the positive side of things, it was a sensational strike.
Well,
now, can they put it beyond Espanyol? It's Pereira. Nervous defending. It's Fuego's clearance. Garay gets his first touch of the ball. There he is now in his elevated position, feeling lonely. Or maybe feeling loft in the way his team are.
Not unhappy though, Rob.
Yeah. Garcia.
Oh, look at this.
There is Kondogbia. Rodrigo to his right-hand side. He prefers to get it onto his left foot if he can. They know that. They force him wide.
Good save.
And he forces the save.
Good save. Excellent play. And the game's opened up. You know, as Espanyol are pushing forward, caught on a counter-attack. I think Valencia are a really good counter-attack team anyway. Goes at the defender, goes outside, gets the angle, right foot. Good save from Paul Lopez. Left hand pushes that one for a corner kick. Well, he's in good form as well. Rodriguez, he's got 8 goals this season.
Chase for Montoya. Safety first. He's trying to find his manager with that clearance.
Well, he's got the mobile phone out. I wonder, is he in communication?
Kondogbia. Guedes. I thought he showed too much of the ball to Sanchez, but it was all part of the plan.
He's so fleet of foot. He manages to make up the ground. He was looking for the free kick. I think he's made the most of a situation. David Lopez, and he goes down too easy for me.
Perez will come on. This is Sergio Garcia. He has been outstanding this season, Jeffrey Kondogbia.
Good acceleration from Gabriel Paulista, who made up the ground. He was offside.
Piatti, the player who is sacrificed. He's played 13 games this season. He's been replaced in 12 of the 13 games. But a 90-minute man. Along comes Hernan Perez, the Paraguayan international. Striker has yet to score a goal. It was maybe the fatigue. Piatti, which made him a fraction of a second late in closing down Kondogbia for the Valencia goal. Gaia to Guedes. Great turn of pace. He's a tall, deceptively speedy player, Guedes. You should never stereotype, but if you're looking at Portuguese players, the great players he's following, there's a little bit of Figo, there's a little bit of Ronaldo about him as well.
Yeah, Rob, he's an excellent player, and I told you I spoke to Nuno Gomez about him 3 years ago, just over 3 years ago, and he told me this was one of the best talents he had seen at 17 years of age, and he wasn't lying about that. He is a special talent.
Lopez. And Perez straight to the thrust of things, twisting and turning, getting past Guy, but wasting the space.
Well, time's running out for Espanyol. They've got to somehow create another couple of chances and hopefully put one or two of them in the net, and they haven't done that too readily this season. The match winner at the moment, Jeffrey Kondogbia.
Well, he said he scored 3 goals this season. Very important one in their first away game when they went to the Bernabeu. His second goal was vital in a 2-2 draw. Paulista.
That was a little bit over-enthusiastic from Paulista, looking for one of the strikers to get on the end of that. It was a really strong pass.
And progress into the final 15 minutes, and since that goal, Valencia have taken ownership of this game. Rodrigo. Guedes.
Holding his left knee.
Montoya. nice layoff from Moreno, but interception from Gaia. Now Lopez. Can they raise their game against Espanyol? They've dominated the chances for 60 minutes or so. One lapse in concentration, one brilliant finish from Kondogbia. Valencia have had 3 clean sheets in their last 4 games in all competitions. It's a club that's been famed for their defensive organisation over the years. Too much of a stretch for Victor Sanchez.
Just got to try and come up with something different, Rob, and I'm sure their confidence is low knowing what's happened in terms of goal scorers and winning matches. I see another substitution for Valencia.
Ahead of Kondogbia, a misplaced pass to Herrera. Still a high-energy game. Intention in the centre of midfield. Pereira. That's the second silly foul by him. The referee accepts that tackling isn't part of his strengths, Andreas Pereira, but that's twice he's gone in loosely. And he has no argument really against the yellow card.